Glam fam, welcome back. Today we're going to be reviewing episode 3 of Basketball Wives Orlando. So it starts with Milan catching Nick up on the drama because she wasn't there at Ashley's event. Milan is siding with Danielle while Nick is siding with Mackenzie. And I agree with Nick. Danielle just looked crazy, point blank period. Next is Megan and her man, and we've never seen Megan in a relationship on TV, so it was an interesting dynamic to see. I like seeing the different side of Megan on this show. Even though I don't necessarily know where she fits in, I like seeing the different side of her on this show. So she is done with athletes, which is kind of like, why are you on Basketball Wives? But anyway, she's dating a tattoo artist who tattoos athletes and entertainers, I believe. So Megan is in love. She wants this man's kids, and he wants her kids. Now he already has kids. And they said kids, plural. So wonder how many he got. They're ready to move forward, but he wants her to fix her relationship with her mom first, because he's very family oriented and she's not. Now, I get it, being family oriented is important, but you really can't help the family that you were born into. Megan has said multiple times that she thinks her mom is a narcissist, and I don't think she should be forced to have to deal with her just for the sake of having family around. Milan decides to have lunch with Mackenzie to hear her out. So Mackenzie got straight to it. She told Milan she ain't never been a side chick. She admits that he did lie to her about dating Danielle. No. Scratch that. He admits that he did lie to Danielle about dating Mackenzie, but it was because he said that it was because Danielle would go crazy. And although I see what he's talking about, she is going crazy. I agree with Milan. He's just playing the both of y'all. He going back and forth between the both of y'all because at the end of the day, she still had text messages and all of this stuff proving that they had spent time together. So, I mean, him lying about dating you don't mean that they got to be spending time together. So, I mean, he was clearly just playing y'all. So next is Ashley. She opens up about her journey to motherhood, and now I kind of understand why she's all about her family. At first, I was just like, okay, she thinks she's better than people, which I still do think she thinks she's better than people. But now I kind of understand why she's really all about her family. So she kind of lost 3 people back to back in a very tragic way. So first she lost her father, and then she got pregnant, and while she was pregnant, she lost her mom. And then she ended up losing the baby that she was pregnant with. So she ended up having 2 kids via 2 different surrogates. So she never naturally carried a child. And both of the children have signs of autism. First, she found out about her son, Carter. He was showing developmental delays, and he's been diagnosed autistic and high functioning. And now she's starting to see the same symptoms in Kenzo, which is the other son. Sheesh, that's really tough. So he hasn't officially been diagnosed yet, but she's seeing the same symptoms. And then after that, we found out her husband was diagnosed with autism later in life. So clearly that's where it comes from, but sheesh. I mean, yeah, and that's obviously, you know, how it ended up in both children. So that's crazy. But she took that and, you know, took that as hope for her kids that one day they'll be successful, because look at what he was able to do. Like, that's true. That's amazing. And if people knew that he was diagnosed with that at a young age, they probably wouldn't have thought that he would be able to do that. So yeah, that's amazing. So it's time for this girls' night that Nick is hosting, and she's vlogging it for her YouTube channel. We saw this in the trailer. They immediately started talking about Ashley, saying it in a way as if she wouldn't show up. The waiter showed up and dropped all the glasses like we saw in the preview, which was a bad sign. Oh! And that was probably very embarrassing for him. I've been a waitress before. I've never done that. I would have been so embarrassed. So Mackenzie and Ashley walk in, and immediately Morgan and Danielle start being childish about her hair.
You changed your hair up? Child, not the Rastafarian hair. Not the dreadlocks.
Now, that was quite an interesting choice for her. I don't necessarily know if her texture could hold that, but they would be very childish. So they start to play Never Have I Ever, and this is where it gets really, really messy. Seems like this game was just a throw shade. It wasn't even a game for real. Everybody was just getting things off their chest. Things that we already know.
Never have I ever slept with a married man. Who put that question? Y'all funny ass. Never have I ever been a side chick. I have.
I've never been on.
Never have I ever put a friend onto my friend's significant other. I'm a woman of morals.
So then Morgan and Ashley get into it because a question comes up about her being an opportunist. And Morgan is pretty much saying that they were not friends, they were just acquaintances in the basketball world. Ashley is saying that she was an opportunist. She is successful. That's what I was saying about this. She reminds me of Gloria in a way where she just thinks she's better than everybody and everyone is using her for opportunities. Like, y'all are on the same show. And as far as I'm concerned, they are just as important to the show. They are like the main feud. And I actually like Morgan a little bit more. A lot. Even though she got anger issues. But moving on. So the last question was just completely childish. It was once again another dig at Ashley's hair.
Okay, y'all, this is the last question. It says, never have I ever thought Ashley's hair was cute.
And I just knew this came from Danielle because she was kikiing about it. She was throwing the most shade. But it actually came from Megan.
Who made the hair question? Oh, that wasn't me. That was not me.
Megan, you wrote that question?
Oh, my God.
And I was so confused because with Megan, she was the one who read the question. And when she read it, she was looking like shocked. Like, who wrote that?
I ever thought Ashley's hair was cute.
So next is Megan reconnecting with her brother. She wants to talk to him before she talks to her mom because they're very close. And basically she wants to establish that she wants to talk things out, but she's not willing to just sweep things under the rug. She needs some accountability to be taken. And I agree. She also tells an interesting story. She said that she hadn't spoke to her mom in years, and the first time that she had spoke to her, her mom asked her to go with her to Diddy's party. Huh? No, hi, how are you? I love you, I miss you. Let's talk, let's fix our relationship, nothing. Yeah, I'm definitely siding with Megan here. Now, the brother is pretty much an enabler to me. You know, he's telling her, you know, mom is just gonna be mom, that's just how it is. And Megan made a great point. She was like, why does the child always have to be the bigger person? Like, they're the child, you know? Why don't we put more pressure on the parents? And I agree, it's always on the child to like be the bigger person. And oh, once people get to a certain age, they're stuck in their ways and blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, you're free to do that, and I'm free to not have a relationship with you, but I shouldn't be forced to have to be the bigger person when I'm the child. Like, you're supposed to be setting the example. I'm kind of confused as to how that became a thing. But let me know what y'all think about that. Do y'all think Megan should be the bigger person, or do you think more pressure should be on the parents? Let me know. So Nick, Milan, and Nikki, they get pedicures, and they talk about how they're pretty much going to be neutral in the Ashley and Mackenzie versus Morgan and Danielle thing. And they're going to continue to be friends with both ladies. And so far, I feel like they've pretty much done a good job of doing that. Milan made sure she spoke to both of them and heard both of them out, so she was fair in the situation. Even though she made a judgment beforehand, she at least went to go hear Mackenzie out. So I think they're doing a pretty good job being neutral, simply because they just staying out of it. Like, they're just minding their business, so it's not really hard to be neutral. So lastly, Nikki has a talk with Morgan, and she tells her that when they went and got pedicures, Nick and Milan also said that they felt like Morgan and Danielle were kind of bullying Ashley.
So I'm like, dang, Ashley want to get her hair done. You just over there laughing. Oh, not the Rastafarian here. Not the dreadlocks.
I felt bad. I invited her. I don't want this girl to be up and feel uncomfortable and making it seem like we just, like, you know, bullies.
And Morgan found that interesting. Yeah, they were going overboard with the hair, but I don't necessarily think that they're bullying her. I think that, like I said, Ashley throws the rock and hides her hand. She plays victim. So, you know, they probably fed up. So the episode pretty much ends with Morgan thinking Milan is being shady. So next week they confront each other, and it looks like Morgan swung on somebody.
When y'all get together,
I don't care.
it's too much like,
I don't care. When y'all
what do
get
you mean by
together, it's a lot
that?
of.
Okay, why you speaking while I'm speaking? Bitch, I'm talking.
And like I told y'all, this girl has anger issues. Just like Camilla did. She really reminds me of her really, really bad. But yeah, that was this week's episode. That was... Oh, Lord. Morgan. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about that in the comments down below. Stay happy, healthy, and all of that good stuff. And I will see y'all in my next video.